Players and moments forever being associated with a particular uniform will always fascinate me. Earlier today, the Philadelphia 76ers released their City Connect jerseys, and these were the away uniforms that the team wore in the late 90s and the early 2000s, as this upcoming season is the 25-year anniversary of the year that they went to the NBA Finals. Okay, look at my jersey, right? Without even looking at the number, you're immediately going to associate this jersey with Allen Iverson, but if you look lower, it's actually Eric Snow. I just think it's so fascinating that we will associate players and events with a particular uniform. I understand that fans have certain attachments and sentimental values to certain players, particularly upon the era that you grew up watching your favorite team. I think the whole phenomenon is fascinating. For example, you look at this blue New England Patriots jersey. Yes, number 87, you know that's Rob Gronkowski, but when you see that blue Pats jersey, the first player that you will immediately think of is Tom Brady. Here's an interesting contrast to that. Let's stay on the topic of Tom Brady for a second. The Tampa Bay Bucks have had their most success using this particular uniform scheme, as they won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady and in 2002 with that particular uniform scheme, or two schemes that are very adjacent. Even when the Tampa Bay Bucks went away from that uniform scheme for just a little bit, you still have players that you associate with that era. Like, you look at this Bucks jersey, you immediately think Jameis Winston. And this is largely due to the fact that he was the most identifiable player of the Bucks during that era of uniforms. Here we have young Kevin Garnett, who is the face of the Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. He's consistently making the All-Star team. He's the MVP, and he's consistently one of the top 5 players in the league. I look at this Minnesota Timberwolves jersey, I immediately think Kevin Garnett, and I will forever associate his time with the Timberwolves with this jersey. Garnett gets traded to the Boston Celtics, and at the end of his career, he comes back to Minnesota, and he's wearing this jersey. This just doesn't look right in my opinion. I just, associating Kevin Garnett with this jersey, just, it feels so weird to me. Also, you look at uniforms for certain teams and you think of the worst moments that a franchise has ever had. I see these Cleveland Browns jerseys and I immediately think of the 2017 Browns, in which they went 0-16. Of course, when your team has an unforgettable moment, I will always associate, that uniform that the team was wearing at that time. This is just such an interesting phenomenon, and it absolutely fascinates me.